Breaking news! If you're a UK Blue Badge holder planning a trip to Europe anytime soon, there's a critical update from the UK government that you need to hear. But before we dive into the details, make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you never miss important travel updates, government announcements, or essential tips for disabled individuals across the UK and beyond. Your support helps us reach more people with helpful content like this. Now, let's get into the news. The UK government has issued a major update regarding the use of blue badges while travelling across countries in the European Union. As many of you know, the Blue Badge scheme is a lifeline for individuals with disabilities, offering easier access to parking and reduced restrictions in the UK. However, things can get a little complicated when travelling abroad, especially now that the UK is no longer part of the EU. According to a recent announcement from the Department for Transport, UK residents who are Blue Badge holders can still use their badges in several European countries, but there are important limitations and variations to be aware of. This means if you're planning a holiday or trip across Europe, you can't automatically assume your Blue Badge will be accepted everywhere. In fact, some countries may request extra documentation, such as medical certificates, or even require translated versions of your badge to be displayed. This matter gained renewed attention after it was officially raised in the UK Parliament by Sarah Hall, the MP representing Warrington South. Through a formal inquiry addressed to the Secretary of State for Transport, she asked what steps the UK government was taking to enhance cooperation with the EU in terms of mutual Blue Badge recognition. She emphasised the importance of ensuring that disabled UK citizens are not left facing difficulties when driving or parking in EU countries, simply because their badges aren't recognised. In response, Lillian Greenwood, who previously served as a junior transport minister, stated that while formal EU-wide agreements are still limited, the UK has managed to secure informal reciprocal arrangements with several individual European nations. This includes key holiday destinations like France and Spain, where UK Blue Badge holders can now travel with confidence, knowing their parking permits will be honoured just as they are at home. Greenwood highlighted that accessibility remains a top priority for the government, and that ongoing diplomatic efforts with European partners, especially in countries with large numbers of UK tourists, are already yielding positive results. Still, she urged travellers to be cautious. Her advice? Before heading overseas, take the time to check the specific parking regulations of the country you're visiting, including local rules that may vary from region to region. For instance, some areas within countries like Italy or Lithuania may not accept non-EU badges at all, or may require travellers to register their badge ahead of time with local authorities. In such cases, the Department for Transport recommends carrying additional supporting documentation. This might include a translated copy of your badge, any relevant medical certification, and even printed government guidance just in case you need to explain your situation to local officials or traffic enforcement officers. The official UK government portal Govt.uk now provides up-to-date information on which countries recognise the UK's Blue Badge, and under what conditions. According to their guidance, the following European countries currently accept UK-issued Blue Badges, either fully or under specific conditions: Austria, Belgium, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, including the Balearic and Canary Islands, Sweden, and Switzerland. However, it's important to note that even within these countries, rules and enforcement may differ by city or region. For example, Italy and Lithuania recognise non-EU parking permits like the UK Blue Badge in some areas only. Other nations like Slovenia and Greece might not formally recognise UK-issued badges at all, or they may require you to apply for a temporary local permit. That's why the Department for Transport stresses the need for preparation. The last thing any disabled traveller wants is to be fined or have their vehicle towed because of a misunderstanding over parking permissions. So before you go, take the time to check the current status of Blue Badge acceptance in your destination country. A quick visit to the Govt.uk website can save you hours of stress later. Now, let's briefly talk about the Blue Badge scheme itself. For anyone who might be new to the concept, the Blue Badge was first introduced in England back in 1971. It's a national program designed to help individuals with serious mobility issues or visual impairments access parking spaces and reduce travel barriers. The badge allows users to park closer to their destinations, often in specially designated disabled bays, and provides exemptions from certain parking charges or time limits. It's valid for up to 3 years and is available to both drivers and passengers with disabilities. Eligibility includes people with severe walking difficulties, those registered blind, and individuals with hidden disabilities that impact their ability to travel. And while it's a powerful tool for improving accessibility at home, its utility abroad has been somewhat in limbo since the UK left the EU. Post-Brexit, the automatic recognition of UK Blue Badges across EU countries was no longer guaranteed. That's why this update from the Department for Transport is so important, because it shows that progress is being made to restore, or at least rebuild, mutual understanding and cooperation with European nations. The focus now is on bilateral agreements with individual countries, rather than relying on an overarching EU-wide deal. Encouragingly, the UK government has managed to secure recognition from many key countries, especially those that are frequent holiday destinations for British travellers. France and Spain, for instance, are two of the most visited countries by UK tourists, and both now fully recognise the UK Blue Badge, thanks to collaborative discussions and ongoing diplomatic outreach. Still, the message from officials remains clear: don't assume your badge will be accepted everywhere, and make sure you check before you travel. Always carry the right paperwork, look up regional variations, and when in doubt, reach out to local authorities or embassies for clarification. If you're planning a road trip through multiple countries, this step becomes even more essential. There's also growing public and political pressure for the government to secure more formal agreements with EU nations, so that Blue Badge holders can enjoy greater consistency and peace of mind. MPs like Sarah Hall are pushing for stronger engagement, urging the Department for Transport to treat this issue as a priority for disabled rights post-Brexit. And while informal agreements are a good start, campaigners argue that more binding, cross-border recognition is needed to fully protect the rights of UK citizens with disabilities abroad. So, to sum it all up, yes, your UK Blue Badge can still be used in many European countries, but not all. It's a mixed picture, and that means planning ahead is more important than ever. Don't just rely on assumptions or outdated information. Use the Govt.uk website as your primary resource, and always double-check local rules, especially if you're heading to a destination that has stricter parking enforcement or unclear regulations. We'll keep monitoring any changes to this situation, including future announcements from the Department for Transport or updates to country-specific rules. So, if you want to stay informed on this topic and many others that impact disabled individuals, drivers, and UK travellers in general, now's the time to hit that subscribe button. Stay one step ahead. Subscribe to my channel for real-time updates, travel alerts, and everything you need to know as a UK citizen navigating today's complex travel rules. Don't miss out on the info that matters. Your next trip could depend on it. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed, stay empowered, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more essential updates every week.